Hi everyone, Diana Cooper here. I wanted to pop in and show you a few of my favorite gadgets and tools. I really tried to restrain myself. So here are a few of my favorites that I've been using lately. You know, ask me next month and I might have a slightly different assortment, but right now this is my favorite. So I have our digital scale. I use this all of the time when I'm cooking and baking, you know, anything from making refried beans in the crock pot to knowing, you know, how many pounds exactly, because I usually get a bulk bag. Or if I'm making bread, you just weigh the flour. It's so much faster and easier and fewer measuring cups to wash. So my digital scale is number one. Number two here, I love this egg bites mold, and it comes with the rack, so it really just counts as one tool. I use this multiple times a week. So it has a little lid, so you can put the lid on top and you can sous vide in it, or you can put the lid on there and you can do egg bites with using just the pressure cooking option on the deluxe multi-cooker, or you can use it to make little brownie bites or cheesecake bites and all kinds of other amazing things. And I love this. I usually honestly make it for just like what it's called, the egg bite mold. I usually make it for egg bites because my husband takes them to work every single morning. So we use this a lot. I have multiples of this so that I can, even if my kids and I want to have them, have a whole bunch of them that I make all at one time. So there's that. I love the scoop and serve. This is great for lasagnas and casseroles. Even when I'm serving scrambled eggs, like if we're having breakfast for dinner especially, you might have like some sausage or bacon bits, things that like to fall out of the eggs, and nobody wants to lose their sausage and bacon, right? We like to use this for serving pretty much anything. And the scoop and strain, I love this ladle. It is the perfect size for a serving in a nice little bowl. It's got a nice little pour spout here. And if you're talking about like maybe your first scoop from the chicken noodle soup, it had a lot of broth, and the next scoop you want to have more of the bottom yummy stuff, you could drain stuff out much more easily without losing all the stuff out of your ladle. So I love this ladle. My citrus press, use this thing all the time. I didn't even know how to use one until I signed up with Pampered Chef. Came in my kit and I thought, I don't know if I'm gonna ever use that. Oh my gosh, I use it nonstop all the time. Anytime I want to squeeze just a little bit of lemon juice out, I love it. It catches the seeds. So I don't have seeds being squeezed out. I don't have to squeeze it into my hand and try to strain the seeds out. And it cleans really, really easily. And it is powerful because it's all ceramic. It's not one of those cheapy plastic ones. So you don't have to worry about it breaking even with a huge lemon or like a tough lime. So I use those all the time. Let's see the next one. Oh, I love this. This one's always sitting next to my stove top. This is our oil and vinegar dispenser. It's magic. Okay, folks, magic. So I hate using, you might have noticed when I mentioned in the digital scale, I don't like using extra measuring cups and measuring spoons if I don't have to, because more dishes, right? So I love this because right on the side here, you can kind of faintly see with the lighting, it's a little tricky. There are lines for 1, 2, and 3 teaspoons, which is also known as a tablespoon, of oil or vinegar, of course, depending on what you put in the bottom here. And all you have to do is push the button and magic happens, and it fills up to however many teaspoons it is that you want. I love this. So this one is amazing. I think that one will forever be on my favorite tools and gadgets list. Here is one that has gotten a ton of use around here since it came out. This is our egg separator, sorry. And I love it because it fits on a nice little tiny cup or a tiny bowl. But if you're using like our big mixing bowl, it has an extendable handle, so it fits over even a really big bowl. And it just makes separating my eggs super, super fast. And my kids like it because even my kids can separate eggs. And you can't always, as a kid, manage that, like juggling the egg back and forth between the shell tricks. So they love it. We all like that one. These two, they look like Big Brother and Little Brother. I love them both. So this is the mini whipper. I love it. It's great for in a small container if you're just trying to like froth something up, mix up something small. You've got an egg or two that you want to whisk, but you don't want to get your big whisk out and then end up with a whisk mess. This is perfect. It goes great like in the microwave egg cooker. It goes great in any of like our little prep bowls. I love this one. I use it so much. In fact, I have two because there's always one that's dirty and I always want another one. And then this is always used. It's more than half the days of the week I'm using this. This is our sauce whisk. I love it. It is silicone covered, so you can use it in any pan. You don't have to worry about leaving scratch marks, even just surface scratches, you know, on the really nice nonstick stuff. And because it has that nice angle, it's easy to get into all of the little edges, whether you're using a circle pan or kind of a square one. I adore this one. I use it, like I said, all the time. I'm always making my own sauces and gravies, bases for things. Then I don't have to keep cream of whatever soup on my shelf. So I can just whip it up really easily with that. All right, here's another favorite. Tried and true. I adore this. I can't get enough of this. The other day I made garlic knots and squeezed 18 cloves of garlic through this garlic press. I love it. I never have to mince my garlic because, you know, when you're mincing your garlic, it always sticks to the knives. Well, with this, you simply throw your garlic clove in here, unpeeled, squeeze it, it all comes popping out. You're left with basically just the skin in there. It's a miracle. And you get this little cute brush so you can scrape the skin out if it's stuck. And when you're cleaning it, you can always put the little bristles right through the holes there. So that's always really nice too. Although of course the dishwasher is a lovely option too. And this is something that is often overlooked, but always used. This is our smooth edge can opener. I love this product. So instead of using it sideways, like, you know, kind of a standard can opener, you put it on the top, you crank it all the way around, and then it's got a little grabber thing. And you just grab the lid and lift it off. I love it though because it cuts through that glue instead of cutting through the metal of the can, so you don't end up with any sharp edges, because as someone who has cut herself in the past, this is very appreciated. So smooth edge can opener. All right, two more, and these are kind of bigger, but I use them like all the time, so I could not ignore these. So this one is the Rapid Prep Mandoline. I love this tool. All the vegetables, all the time in this mandolin. So I'm just gonna throw it together super fast so you can see. I like how it stores because it keeps everything together, of course. Keeps its blade covered. The handle locks so that when it's in storage, everything is smaller, but there we go. Keeps it all nice and safe. It's got dials on the back, so you can do everything from just a solid slice to French fries and even julienne. And depending on where your dial is on here, it'll change the thickness of the cut. It has a food chute that pops on the front. And then probably the most important thing that doesn't look very important is actually this catcher. The catcher is really important because when you're kicking out French fries, they are flying otherwise. They have to be caught. So it's nice. You have the whole setup here. And then here's my last item. And this is our insulated bowls. Now I use the smaller one, but the big one is my absolute favorite. I mean, I'm cooking for 8. So we use this like all the time. Even last night I made some diced potatoes. We did breakfast for dinner and I threw my potatoes in here while I was cooking up the eggs, and it's so awesome because they stay hot for a really long time. It'll actually keep them hot for hours in here if I wanted to, but you know what, with a bunch of hungry boys, I don't often have that problem. So I love these insulated bowls though. Even the lid is a double wall plastic. So it really, every bit of it is insulated and really, really pretty, as well as being useful. So with that, those are my favorites right now, but I'm sure I'm going to update this with more favorites. I hope that I've inspired you with some new ideas. And if you have any questions about any of these, go ahead and post down below and I'll be happy to answer your questions or help you out.